Hello, welcome back to another episode of Recovery Dan. I just want to again thank everybody for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for the comments and the likes. Today I want to talk a little bit about finding your way through the darkness in addiction. You know, I have a couple of scenarios I would like to use to kind of give you an idea of what it's like being in the darkness. I was in the mountains and took a tour through a cave, and the guide told us that it was 3 guys that had skipped school one day and went into this cave, and they had a lighter to see their way through the cave. And what happened, the lighter ran out of fluid, and they were in pitch black dark. And the reason I can say that because once I did the tour in the cave, they cut the lights off, and I could not even see my hand in front of my face. It was probably the darkest that I ever experienced in my life. I mean, just black as I could ever imagine. And so these guys were trapped in this cave for a period of 3 days. They could not find their way out, and I don't even think they were maybe even 20 feet away from being out, but it was just so dark that you just couldn't see anything. And so one of the guys decided and told the other 2 guys, hey, why don't just stop for a minute? And they began to listen. And what in this cave, there was a water flow in the cave. And so this guy just decided to tell his friends, hey, let's just stop and listen. And what they did, they kind of followed the flow of the water. And that allowed them at some point to see a beacon of light. And because they made their way out. But the point of it is they stop and listen. Because sometimes in addiction, we're in a dark place, and if you can just stop and just listen. Sometimes for myself, I was in a very dark place, and sometimes, and just being honest with you, sometimes when I would run out of money, couldn't find nothing to drink, didn't have money to buy anything to drink. I wanted to kind of hide somewhere. So I would always go behind my church, because I knew, there was a place that I could go, nobody would see me, and I could just sit there and I would just sit there and just, so ashamed to come out because I just couldn't deal with, being sober. So, a lot of times just sitting back there by myself hours on end, and I would always just hear and feel that voice inside telling me that this is not the way. This is not the life you want to live. But I would continue to go on and just drink every single day. And I know at least once a week I would end up behind that church trying to hide from everybody. Just the shame and the guilt that I had on myself was more than I could bear. So, but there's always a voice that's gonna, try to steer you in the right direction, because that grip that addiction has on you it's just hard. We all have a void in life that needs to be filled. And we try to fill that void with drugs and alcohol, but it won't work. It just won't work. I tried it for years and years on end, and drugs and alcohol just couldn't fill that emptiness that I had. A void is just an emptiness that needs to be filled, and drugs and alcohol won't fill it for you. It only makes the problem worse, and that's what makes you keep caught up in the addiction, because you just can't, like I said, you're trying to suppress those feelings that you got inside of you, and drugs and alcohol just won't fill it for you. That's why you continue to do it every single day, just trying to fill that void inside. So, you're just searching for just a glimpse of light, just a beacon of light in your life that can just try to steer you in the right direction. I'll give you another scenario. When I was in the military, they sent us through a smoke chamber, and it was about maybe 10 at a time. So I had to grab the guy's hand in front of me, and the person behind me would grab mine. And we're supposed to stay connected until we found our way through the other side, the exit side. So when we went in and they shut the door, it was complete chaos. I mean, the smoke was so thick in this place, I literally thought I was gonna die. I said, Lord, I tell you, this is it. I won't make it out of here. I never experienced anything like that in my life. I'm choking, I can't see. I mean, just so thick. So I ended up on the ground inside of this smoke chamber. And through all of that thick smoke, I was able to see just a beacon of light. And I began to crawl, just crawl until I was able to get to the exit. And drugs and alcohol is the same way. You just caught up in that thickness and the darkness of addiction. And you just want so bad just to find just a beacon of light that can guide you and help you in this addiction. You have to have a sense of purpose that there is another way out. I have to listen for it. I have to be able to see it and not just stay in the darkness. Because, addiction, it's only three things that is gonna happen: jails, institutions, and death. Those are only three choices you got. So why not get a hold of it now and search for that beacon of light that can give you a way out? Addiction is the darkest place that you can ever be in your life. I mean, when I say dark, it's not just the physical darkness. It's the darkness that's on the inside, your heart. And it's not meant for you to live like that. There is no peace. There is no joy. There is no heaven, no nothing, just darkness and emptiness, a void that need to be filled. And I found mine just by, surrendering and waving the white flag. I lost the battle, but the Lord allowed me to win the war. And you're at war every day with addiction. Because addiction doesn't go anywhere. The thing of it is, it's your battle. The battle's in the mind. And you have to somehow or another get hold of a solution that can change your life. And I'm not ashamed to tell you that, I asked God for help. I asked him, I'm just tired of living in this darkness. I'm so sick of living in this darkness, and I just want, shine some light in my life. And like I said, it's not the physical darkness. It was just the darkness that was inside, that void that needed to be filled. And his peace and his direction in my life and ordering my steps in life, that I was able to start, just sit and listen to that voice and take heed to it. And not just to listen, but I took heed to it. That voice is telling me, I'll be with you, I'll help you, I love you. Despite my addiction, I love you. I love you. And when I got a hold of that, man, I'm gonna tell you what, that was my beacon of light, and that's what drove me, and that's what kept me and sustained me. and brought me out of that dark life. That darkness and that life is the most miserable life that you can ever live. I'm so thankful that I don't have that desire today to drink or get high. I'm so thankful for the peace that I have today. There's nothing like that peace. There's nothing like it. But find your light in the darkness. Just find your light in the darkness. And like I said, there's nothing hard about it. Just simply ask. Just simply ask. You know, but the biggest thing for a lot of people that's in addiction, find your light, search for that light, even just a glimpse of light, and run to it, and run to it. Run to it and grab a hold of it. Because the things they got out there today, all the drugs that's coming into this country, and I'm telling you, people do not care what they putting in this stuff. I mean, you don't know what pill you may take, or what drug you may shoot up, or what that could kill you in an instant. Could kill you in an instant. If that's not a dark place to be, then I don't know what is. Anytime you want to take something that could end your life and you take that risk, that's just being in the darkness. And you're trying to find that light, trying to find your way out. But listen to that voice. If you got a voice telling you to get high, and you got a voice whispering in your ear to go out here and do all these things that can harm other people, harm yourself, there's a voice that's sending you in those directions in life. But there's also another voice. If you'll listen for it, if you'll listen for it, take the time to listen to that voice that's telling you, this is not the way. This is not what I had planned for you. I have good things for you. Reach out. Fight. Fight. Like I said, I may have lost the battle of my addiction, but you know what? With God's help, I'm winning the war each and every day. You know, there's no promises. All I have is today, and today I'm sober and clean. That's a miracle. That is a miracle. So I'm telling you, search for the light in the darkness. Listen to that still small voice that's whispering in your ear. That's telling you there is a better way in life. You know, reach out. Reach out. And just get a hold of that. Just get a hold of that beacon of light. If you search for it, you'll find it. Don't be satisfied with the darkness. Don't be satisfied with the darkness, the emptiness, that void that needs to be filled with something. Find that beacon of light in the darkness. Don't settle for the darkness. Don't settle for the darkness. I hope I was able to bring somebody some experience, strength, and hope today. Listen, and search for that beacon of light in a very dark, dark place. The light is there. The light is there. And with that, you know what I always tell you. You are somebody. You are somebody. And again, I thank you for subscribing. I thank you for your comments and your likes. And we'll be back soon with another video. God bless you. Until we meet again.